Hey guys and gals, remember me? The Cuz, BNSF 6951. I'm back. First of all, I want to appreciate all you guys that have stuck with the channel, even though I have not been posting anything on that channel. And I'm really shocked that YouTube didn't shut the channel down because I haven't posted in such a long time. Anyhow, in this video, I'm going to show you what's been going on and what I've been doing since July of 2023 up until now. This video is being produced on November 2nd, 2025. I had gotten a bug to start doing some renovations to my house. And so every few months along the way since 2023, I have been doing some renovations. One of the renovations was to replace the flooring in this room that I'm in now, the room that's across the hall, and the train room. So I have a buddy that was helping me. But he was only able to come here every other weekend, so it took forever to get the floor done. First of all, and I'll show you stuff as we go through. I'll do some explanations of what's been going on. But anyhow, I do want you to know that I am going to be rebuilding my layout, and as you can see, I'm still alive. A little older, but I'm still here, still pumping air, so that's a good thing. Um, the layout is not going to be 2 rooms anymore, and you'll see that in the video. I decided that at my age, it was just a little bit too much to be running from one room to the other room, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I decided to consolidate everything into one room. It will be uh, upper level, second level. You'll see that I will be having a helix, and I'll show you where that helix is going to be located. But all of that goes on through this whole video. And I kind of broke it down into sections. You'll see the 2 hobbies that I have been into since 2023. So I think, I hope that you all accept my apology for not even posting the video and telling you guys what was going on. But I just got so involved with doing this other stuff that I just kind of, okay, I'll post the video next time. And here we are, 2.5 years later, and I'm finally posting the video. So, with all of that being said, and I know this video is going to be long, it's going to probably over 30 minutes. You want to watch half and then take a break and watch the other half, it's totally up to you. I'm trying to do it as consolidated as I can, but still get the message across of what has been going on. So, without further ado, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, guys. My kitchen and house was built in 1994, and it was tired, so I decided to start my renovations here. And as you can see, I started with the countertops, and then some of the backdrop is started also. But I'm going to show you the completed thing here just in a couple of seconds. I just want to give you an idea of what's been going on. So stay tuned, and we will be right back. Okay, guys, this is a final on the kitchen. As you can see, I've had the cabinets replaced. I've had windows replaced throughout the entire house. The backdrop has been completed. Cabinets have been painted. These cabinets were built in 1994, and as you can see, they are still in pretty good shape. Anyhow, here's my island, and I am a junk food freak, as you can see. And so that is the kitchen completion, along with my Well, guys, this is my birthday gift for this year. About 2 years ago, I started the renovation in this bathroom. I did a new sink and vanity. I did a toilet bowl, mirror, and a new light fixture, and all the fixtures in there, you know, faucet and stuff like that. But today, renovation is going to start on this bathroom. The bathtub is coming out, new bathtub is going in, and there'll be tile all the way up to the ceiling, around, and back down. Alright guys, as you can see, demo is complete. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, the guy will be in here starting to put the tub in, the backer board. Then he's going to waterproof it and then start doing some tile. Alright guys, it took about 3.5 hours to get the first course down. But as you can see, there's my level line right there. And if you notice, everything is just perfectly level all the way around. Okay, I am doing this video in case I need to go to court and have proof about what's going on as far as what Battle Construction has not completed in my house. As you can see up here in the top by the window is not done. All the fixtures are not done. The trim is not done. These grout lines are not where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be 1/4 inch. If I show you that one, anybody that can read a measuring tool can see that it's not a 1/4 inch. These guys on the floor are 1/4 inch spaces. You can see there's a big difference in that. Anyhow, I just want to show that this man quit on me midway, and I hope he doesn't expect to get paid the rest of his money. Anyhow, if I have to go to court, this is my proof that it has not been done. I did hire someone else to come in to do that today. Today is the 16th of June, and they will be in here to complete the project. Okay guys, here's the completed bathroom. And from where you see that light colored band of tile, from that to the ceiling was done by another company. And they did it like in 6.5 hours. And very much more professional than the other guys. But anyhow, everything is done. Okay guys, as you can see, here is my floor. It's been done from that door right through here into that room there, and then into that room there. That's my hobby room there. And then this eventually will be my train room, and I'll show you a picture of what I have in mind for this room. And then we continue on down the hallway into the bedroom. Alright, well, I'm going to be using only one room for my trains, which is going to be this room right here. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. We'll have to see. Because I turned this room back into a bedroom. So, all my windows have been replaced in the last month or so. Even the one in the bedroom and kitchen and all my windows. All right, let's see what else I got to say about this. We'll be back in a little bit. Bye for now. Okay guys, I thought I'd just throw this little bit of a update about this train room. As you can see, I have stuff on the floor. That's basically what I'm shooting for right there. The center will be just the industrial. It might be my ethanol, it might be my cement plant, I'm not sure yet. I intend to go 2 levels, and back there'll be a helix. It won't be as much as my other helix, but it will be smaller first of all, and won't go up as many loops. Anyhow, I just thought I'd throw this in there. This was done on Saturday, November 1st. So, alright, that's it for now. Bye. Okay, boys and girls, we're back in the house now, and this is my slider that goes out to my patio / shed, whatever. This is going to get replaced today. This is going to get those French doors that open this way, you know, ba-ba-bum, ba-da-bum, and they'll have a screen there also. Anyhow, I'll record that when they get here. They're going to be here about an hour after the first guys. So today's going to be pretty hectic around here. Lots of noise, lots of hammering, lots of drilling, and so on and so forth. Anyhow, let's see what we can get from here. Okay, boys and girls, as you can see, I now have a new door that goes out to my patio. It's pretty cool. It's got the blinds that are built into there, and show you how they work. It's pretty cool. So this gizmo right here, you just slide it up and down, and it changes the pitch, and it also raises the blind. So let's see if I can get this on camera. As you can see, as I'm pulling down on this, the blind's going up. But there's a certain position on here that will open the blinds rather than raise the blinds. So I can put those in any position that I want. But I think that that is really, really awesome. Okay, boys and girls, this is my shed that I had done. This walkway is all done. The concrete pad is done. The pile of lumber back there is from room number 2. All of this and that is all from room number 1. Yes, sir. So be on the lookout for a new layout. Okay, boys and girls, to round off the 2.5 years of demolition and reconstruction, I decided to get the outside and inside of my house painted. It used to be that ugly terracotta color, and I am a very big fan of gray, so I decided to get the house painted in gray. Okay, so you guys are probably wondering, what have I been doing in the past 2.5 years if I didn't have a layout to work on? Well, I picked up 2 hobbies and half of a third hobby. The third hobby I don't do as much as the one in number 1 and number 2. So, I'll explain to you how I got into one of the hobbies, and then we'll show you the other hobby. Anyhow, driving home after doing some errands, and across the way over there, it's a Chevrolet dealership. And on the lot, just these 2 cars right up at the front gate, or fence, I should say. And one was red, and one was blue. And so when I got home, I called the dealership and I said, hey, how much will you give me for my car, the car that I had currently? It was a Toyota CR-V or something like that. It was like a crossover. So they told me how much they'd give me, you know. So I went down to the dealership, and I couldn't work out the finances, not because I couldn't get the finances, because the interest rate was crazy, man. It was like 9% or something like that. It was going to cost me like $500 a month. So we wound up doing a lease, which I later wound up paying off. Anyhow, what I bought is this little gem right here. That is a 2024 Camaro RS 3.6 liter 6-cylinder engine. You guys are saying 6-cylinder? Oh man, that really blows. And I have taken that car to the track several times. In fact, I even spent a ton of money to get it dyno tuned, cold air intake, and exhaust. Okay, I'm going to show you an eclipse coming up right after I finish my little spiel here of the car at the track and running down the track. My friend was doing the recording part of it. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to Firebird Raceway Park, and then we'll get into 2 runs that I did. And I'll explain to you during the runs why I didn't stay for the whole night. So, with all that being said, let's get over there. Be right back. Bye. Okay, boys and girls, a short little history on Firebird Raceway Park. You can see that they do all kinds of good stuff there. They host AZ Nationals. They have a road course in there. They have monster trucks, car and truck shows, drift racing, and they just had the track paved. And they have what they call Friday night run what you brung, and that's what this part of the video is going to be about. So stay tuned, and we are going to get into me taking my car down the track. We'll be right back. Okay, guys and gals, before we get to the actual drag racing, I want you to know that this is what they actually call it: Saturday Night Midnight Madness at Firebird Motorsport Park. Now, it's during the summer they do it on Saturday nights, and from I think September until the summer they do it on Friday nights. I don't know why, but that's the way they do it. Anyhow, the sound is not there, only because I screwed up. Um, the camera that was being used to record the night I also use here in my hobby room. And when it's here in my hobby room, I have the microphone jack plugged with a blank wire, just to stop the microphone from working on the camera. Because if the camera microphone is working and the house microphone is working, there'll be feedback. So I'm sorry about that. These are not really sanctioned races or anything like that. It's run what you brung on a Friday night. And there's all sorts of stuff. I mean, I've seen BMWs there. I've seen Tesla, and the Teslas are quick. I can't believe how quick the Teslas are. Anyhow, I'm rambling on here. As I was sitting in the staging lanes, I was sitting next to I think it was a 1969 or a 70 Chevelle. I didn't see the rear or the front. I just saw the side of the car. And he was sitting next to me and he was idling. And man, he was cammed pretty heavy, okay? And I'm saying to myself, well, I hope I don't get to race this guy. Well, as it goes, I was up against him, as you'll see in the second run. For what it is, 6-cylinder, the car runs consistently low 14s. 1401, 14.1, 14.2, at over 100 miles an hour every time. Just a little bit more rambling. I mentioned that I only did 2 races that night. And the reason for that is because I spent a lot of money to get the car dyno tuned, and the guy at the shop that I went to said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna make your car 2 tenths or 3 tenths of a second faster." And I said, "Oh well, that'll be okay," because I was already running at below 14s. So I figured, okay, 2 or 3 tenths will put me into the high 13s, and that's what I'm looking for. So that night, the first 2 runs, I mean, they both were just close to 13, but not there. And so I got pissed off, and I got my buddy Dave, and I said, let's go home. And so we just went home. But I should have stayed the night because all the cars that were there that night were running at the same time as I was running. So it would have been a more fun night if I would have stayed and had some fun racing these other cars. Anyhow, that's enough. Down to the track. Here we go. Bye. Okay guys, this is the race just before mine, and you can see I have my 4-way flashes on, so Dave, who is my buddy and does the video for me, so he can know that it was me that was pulling up. Again, these are two vehicles that I could have raced and had some fun with. Anyhow, I was so excited that this is the first race since I had that dyno tune done. I was really anxious, and when I pulled up, I went right past the staging lights. Boom, right past it. So the guy told me, I have to back up, man. Yeah, I know you got to back up, So as you can see, there's a white GTO across the way there. I can't tell because there's a bicycle rack that's in the way. I can't see the nose on that thing. It might be a 64, 65, or 66, one of those years. Anyhow, I get staged, and he gets staged, and watch, I fall asleep. Oh, time to go. Okay. So anyhow, here we go. He's got me, and I'm saying, "Ah, hell, we're gonna lose this one." And all of a sudden, wham, bam, thank you, man. That little Camaro kicked some butt and blew that GTO right away. All right, we got to get on to the next race here. Okay, guys, this is race number 2, and you can see I'm pulling up on the far side of the track, and the all that smoke you see coming out of that's from that Chevelle that was sitting next to me at the staging lanes. So now we're both staged, and this time I was a little quicker on the lights. Boom! So I got him. I did a hole, and all of a sudden he catches me and goes past me, and then at the very last minute, wham, bam, I blew him away. Hey, that was a fun race, man. I beat him just by a hair. Anyhow, hope you guys like this video, so we're going to get on to the next and last part of this whole thing that I'm putting together. Talk to you guys later. Okay, boys and girls, for the final part of this video, an apology to all my subscribers. I'm going to blame YouTube for this. Why am I going to blame YouTube for this, you say? Well, the reason is because as I was watching one of you guys' videos, over here on the side where it says what to watch next, there was a guy building a ship, a model ship. So, oh, that's pretty interesting. So I clicked on it, and I watched him build a ship. Very, very interesting that you could buy these ship models with all of this detail. So again, while I'm watching his video, over here on the side, there's other people building different models. Aircraft, military stuff, ground military stuff, and cars. So I decided that because I have all of this renovation going on in my house, that I really couldn't do my trains for a long while, I got into starting to build some models. And when I started to build the models, I actually went ahead and started a second channel. And that channel is called Pit Stop Scale Model Garage. And on this channel, I am building a lot of different stuff. And one of the things that I built was, I was a Navy person. So being stationed on the USS Saratoga, which is an aircraft carrier, I decided to see if I can get a model of that aircraft carrier. Well, lo and behold, there was like 3 or 4 different scales that I can get. And being very, very new to this community, I didn't know anything about scales. All I knew was N scale, 1/160th. Well, you know, there's 1/700, 1/600, 1/350th. I mean, there's a bunch of different scales. So I chose a scale which was 1/700. And even 1/700, this way, it's still about that big. Well, you'll see pictures of it. I'm going to show some pictures of all the stuff that I have built so far. I gravitated towards the car end of it because I was a mechanic and I would love the cars. Now, when we built cars, when I was a kid, when I was 12 or 13 years old, we bought these cars. They were like $2 or $3, you know, and they had the metal axles that went through, and they were able to roll and all that stuff. And I lived in New York at the time, in Brooklyn, And I lived in an apartment house, and in that apartment building there was a big vestibule that had like a marble floor on it. So me and two or three other guys would build these model cars, and in the wintertime we'd go hang out in this vestibule thingy, and we'd take our cars and we'd roll them into the center. We'd stand around, we'd sit around in a big circle, and we'd roll the cars toward the center and crash them. And we also took fireworks and blew them up. No regard for, it was just stupid kids. You guys, I'm going to show you some pictures here. You can see the picture that's behind me. Now, that's one of my models that I built. The amount of detail that these guys put into these cars is unbelievable. I mean, under the hoods, wires, hoses, all kinds of stuff. Anyhow, I know I'm rambling on a lot, and I hope you enjoy to see what I got going on here. And hopefully, maybe one of you guys or two of you guys will come over to the other channel and subscribe there. I already have a couple of you guys over there. Maybe, I don't know, a couple of hundred of you guys come on over. Anyhow, the name of the thing is Pit Stop Scale Model Garage. So let's get on with some of the slideshow got going on, and we'll be right back. Bye.